Welcome to Scope the Scenes, episode number 6. Thank y'all for tapping into these videos. Got a couple thousand views on TikTok, a couple hundred views on YouTube. I'm thankful for every view. Thank you. My name is Lex Scope. I'm here reviewing 5 movies, usually throw a TV show in there as well. Hopefully I can add something to your weekly watch list. Either way, we're here to talk about some films, create a community, maybe have a couple laughs, definitely have a couple laughs. So film news this week. The Oscars is finally adding stunts to the Oscars as one of the categories starting in 2027, I think. Don't quote me, it might be 2026. I think that's crazy to add stunts after Jackie Chan is not in his prime. So I'm gonna need them to go ahead and back pay my man Jackie Chan at least 5, 6, 7, 20 Oscars just for every single year he ever had a movie in the Oscars. He deserves it more than anybody else in the world. Let's be very clear. Shout out to Jackie Chan. We love you, Jackie. Usually I try to not be political at all whatsoever. This is not what this channel is for, but it turns out that because of all the tariff stuff going on, China has decided to restrict the import of Hollywood films into China. I don't know when that's going to change or how that's going to affect the actual industry. I don't know how big the Chinese market is, but I'm sure like every view counts. So yeah, I just didn't think that Hollywood would be something that would be affected. It doesn't really make the most sense, but I mean, nothing does at this point, so what are you gonna do? Spike Lee has a new movie premiering at Cannes. For some reason, it's in the festival, but it's not in the competition. I'm not informed enough about the industry to know why that's a thing or why that would be a thing or if it's ever been a thing before. So if anybody watching this knows any information about why someone would have a film at Cannes, premiere at Cannes, but not have it be in the competition, yeah, let me know. Wish I was at Cannes this year, by the way. The time that I went over there like 2 years ago was probably the best film experience, vacation, awesome trip I've ever had in my life. Shout out to Cannes. Shout out all the homies over there at Cannes. All right, let's get to it. Scope the scenes. This is week number 6. I'm Lex Scope, and let's get to rating some movies. I've never filmed one of these in the daytime either. It feels totally different filming one of these in the daytime, so please bear with me if this videos, tones, energies, just anything is just a little bit different. My apologies in advance. Got that movie Black Bag. I went to go see it in theaters, and it is a 1 out of 5 for me. Black Bag was boring. It was almost like if Mr. and Mrs. Smith were just a boring couple, and they were still spies and they still had a really cool thing going on, but just if they weren't able to keep me entertained. I actually saw this one in theater and I fell asleep in the theater. For me to fall asleep in the theater, that kind of means the movie has to be especially boring. I think a part of it for me might have been that it's a little bit older coded. Yeah, I should have waited for it to hit streaming, but as of right now, Black Bag is a snooze fest, 1 out of 5. Next on the list, we have a throwback film. It's a 90s classic. It's called Boys on the Side, and if you've never seen it, let me tell you, this shit is a joyride of chaos, bad decisions. It's hella funny. It got Whoopi Goldberg in it, Drew Barrymore, I want to say Sarah Jessica Parker, and like Matthew McConaughey. The lineup of talent is fantastic. 3 girls are going across country. They're getting into all kind of shenanigans. It's kind of dark. It's like an AIDS propaganda movie. I guess that was like the thing in the 90s too. Damn, that might be a spoiler. I want to take that out. Long story less long. Whoopi Goldberg broke up with her girlfriend and she ended up going cross country with these 2 white girls. All of the crime that they was doing and everything that they was supposed to be doing to like not go to jail, I feel like they really didn't take not going to jail seriously. I feel like they didn't take being poor seriously. I feel like this whole movie was very unserious. Maybe it's me. Maybe I watched it from an unserious lens. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. If you never seen Boys on the Side, please watch it at least one time. Everything they was trying to do, the decisions that they were making was direct opposite of what I feel like they were supposed to be doing, which is not a bad thing. It makes for a very interesting, chaotic storyline and plot, but I did enjoy the first watch though. Highly recommend everybody watch it once. Overall, Boys on the Side is gonna get a 3 out of 5 for me. It's a '90s classic. Couldn't thrash it, and it's just a different time. And when I could watch a movie from a different time and it still holds strong to me, that lets me know it's a good film. So this movie I just watched is called G20. G20. First of all, before I even get into G20, I looked up Viola Davis just to look it up real quick. She 5'5", she about to be 60. Respectfully, I say all that to say I don't think you're about to sit there and totally manhandle 17,000 men in close combat. I'm talking elevators, kitchens, places where Viola Davis one on one with a big dude or even a regular sized dude. Come on, fam, what are we doing? But I got willing Spencer's disbelief. I'm not finna do Viola like that because when she was shooting the gun, it looked realistic and I believed it. Soon as she wanted to do all the taekwondo, they gave her one little karate class at the beginning of the film. They set it up to her. She did that little throw. She did that little throw. I was like, she finna do this little throw the whole movie. It was entertaining though. I highly recommend everybody watch G20, V20, Viola 20. Everybody watch G20. I'm gonna support our black queens either way, and I'm not gonna bash her. But I will say this is less believable than Queen Latifah being the equalizer. And you know what? Just so it's not on the women, I will go ahead and say this too. It's not just Viola Davis. I think the same thing about Denzel Washington. He don't need to be equalizing nothing. John Wick, bruh, you already avenged your dog. Everything is cool. I don't think you need to be John Wick no more. The fight scenes is too slow. G20 is a 3 out of 5. It's a good watch. The kids, they don't listen. It's just another testament to kids don't be listening now in the days in films. And I think the farther that the kids getting from getting smacked in the head a couple times, respectfully, a little bit of corporal punishment, whatever it's called, yeah. G20 was a 3 out of 5. Viola, stop playing. Stop doing that. What are you doing? Hey, Anthony Anderson. I wish Anthony Anderson had a more assertive role. I understand this is the world that we live in. It's 2025. But come on, my man Anthony Anderson didn't really do. He held it down one time for his kids. He held it down one time for his kids. But for the most part of the movie, Anthony Anderson was pretty useless. Like, what? We gotta have the black man be at least a little bit more useful in these movies. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. They don't gotta be the stars or the action heroes, but like he's Anthony Anderson. He could have really held it down a little bit more than that. That's all I'm saying. The TV show for this week is called Bad Influence. It popped off on Netflix. It's about Tiffany Smith doing all of the kid influencer vibes. I didn't even know that this was a sector of YouTube, and I'm not gonna lie, I watched this from a total comedic lens, so totally disregard everything I'm about to say. First and foremost, I give the kid influence, bad influence, I give it a 2 out of 5. It's worth a watch, and I was watching it while I was editing and doing some other stuff. First of all, Tiffany Smith is out here still posting videos. I just went on TikTok. Piper's still posting videos. I mean, the doc must have not did that much because they still keeping it pushing, which makes me think that most of these docs are just smear campaigns or propaganda. Don't get me wrong. If she did what they said she did, then she's fucked up and she need to go to jail. But if they just making some shit up and they just trying to smear her name and that's why she's still out here doing her thing, then, I mean, what you want her to do? I don't know. Watch your kids better. Shit. But then I guess like once you get in like 50 bands as like a 14-year-old, you don't really care about the rest of your environment probably. I don't know. I never been 14 years old getting 50 bands a month. So it's just like the world, the whole thing is crazy. And I'm just glued to it. Having that, like even the amount of followers I only got like a couple thousand followers. So anything I do or say, it's not like heavily monitored. So being as a kid doing that, it just seems super bad for your brain, your little developing brain. Yeah, no, this show's crazy though. It gets a little dark on the third episode. I'm gonna stop watching the third episodes of these series just because it always gets dark and like weird. But the first 2 episodes, highly entertaining. These parents of all these kids that was going to this influencer house, they took a lawsuit out on Tiffany and Hunter, who was running the kid influence empire. They was just basically getting kids together, having them have fake relationships and do challenges, like kind of what Kai Cenat and all of them doing for real. But it was just like kids doing it, so I guess makes it a little bit more gray areas, child labor laws, just inappropriate things, just being a kid. It's when you're a little bit older and you decide to be a streamer versus you're a kid and you're this some entity is managing all your money and taking a cut and telling you what to do and scripting it out. I feel like it could take the fun out of it. It just makes it into a whole deeper, darker criminal loop that I didn't even know existed. So yeah, nah, if you just want to learn some crazy shit that white people are doing, definitely go check out Kid Influence or Bad Influence on YouTube. Tiffany Smith, she's still posting. Piper, they still posting. So I mean, I don't know what's gonna come of it. I like that I watched the doc and I can go tap into the real life, real time occurrences. I think that's cool. This is episode number six of Scope the Scenes. I appreciate y'all tapping in this week on all these videos, man. I'm just gonna keep on watching stuff and keep on reviewing stuff. Either way, I just like having a place where I can go back and look at what I've been watching and whatnot. So, see y'all next week.